Welcome to this next session of Special Theory of Relativity. In this session, we are going to learn about the concept of velocity addition. We are going to learn about what is velocity addition. We are also going to understand why this velocity addition is necessary. We are going to see how to derive these equations, and we are also going to verify the equations that we have derived. So let us first move to the first question, that what is velocity addition? Velocity addition are equations that are similar to the equations that we have obtained for space interval and time interval. If you remember, we have called them as length contraction and time dilation. These equations help us convert one set of coordinates from one reference frame to another set of coordinates in another reference frame. We have called them length contraction because in moving frame the length decreases, and we have called them time dilation because in the moving frame the time slows down. Same way, the velocity adds. Now, to understand what is transformation and inverse transformation equations, we will have to take two frames, S and S dash. S dash is a moving frame of reference. It is moving with velocity v. This velocity transformation or velocity addition equations will help us convert from one frame to another frame of reference. Transformation equations will help us convert from S dash frame of S frame of reference to S dash frame of reference. That means we will be knowing the values in S frame. Let that be time, position or displacement, and we will want to find x dash and t dash, that is values in S dash frame of reference. These are called as transformation equations. Whereas if we know x dash and t dash and we want to know x and t, then we will have to use inverse transformation equations. So this is transformation and this is inverse transformation equations. So now let us look at the next question, that is, why is velocity addition equations required? Why are they required? To understand this, again we are going to take an example of S dash, a moving frame of reference with velocity v. Imagine this to be a train. A train is moving with a velocity v, and there is a person on this train who is moving with velocity u dash. This velocity is with respect to the train's frame of reference. Let us imagine a person B in that frame of reference. There is another frame of reference A. This is stationary frame of reference. So for person B, the velocity is u dash, whereas for person A, the velocity is u. Now according to Galilean transformation equations, we know that to find u, we will have to add u dash plus v. Now let us take some numbers for this velocity. Let u dash be 20 meters per second and let v be 30 meters per second. Now to find u, we will have to add these two velocities, that means 20 plus 30. The velocity will be 50 meters per second. This velocity will be according to person A, that is with respect to stationary frame of reference, and according to person B or with respect to moving frame of reference, it will be 20 meters per second. Now these numbers or these equations of Galilean transformation are found to be experimentally true. Now let us see what is the problem. Now in the same experiment, if we introduce light which is moving with a velocity velocity c in that train. Now a person on the train or the B person will measure the velocity as C. That means this C is U dash. And we will want to find what is the velocity with respect to this person A. Now we have seen in the previous example that we will have to add the velocity of this train and this velocity of light. Let us assume that velocity of the train is half of the velocity of light, that is 1.5 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now this is not possible that a train will travel with such a high velocity, but let us take this as an example. Now to find u, we know that we will have to add these two numbers, that is 3 plus 1.5. Both have the common power 10 raised to 8 meter per second. We will get the velocity as per A is 4.5 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Now this is velocity which is greater than the velocity of light. Now is this possible? Is it possible that an object or a thing can have velocity more than 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second? According to special theory of relativity, especially the second principle, nothing can have a velocity greater than the velocity of light. As we know that the second principle tells us velocity of light is same in all frame of reference. It is same in A's frame of reference, it is also same in B's frame of reference. But by using Galilean transformation, we are obtaining different velocities. For B, it is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and for A, it is 4.5 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So definitely there must be something wrong. Now experimentally also it has found that velocity of light is same in all the frame of reference. Try to remember the Michelson and Morley experiment, where we found that the velocity was same in both the cases. So now let us try to find out how to derive the equations for velocity transformation. For that we will take again the same example of a train moving with a velocity u dash in a s dash frame of reference, which is also moving with a velocity v, and there is a stationary frame of reference s. We will take two persons A and B in respective frame of reference. Now to obtain velocity transformation equations, what we are going to use is Lorentz transformation equations. According to Lorentz transformation equation, x dash is x minus vt divided by square root of 1 minus v square divided by c square. Now x dash is the direction in the direction of motion of the frame of reference, that is, this is parallel direction. This is the direction in which both the train and the frame of reference move. So this coordinate is going to change according to Lorentz transformation equation, whereas y dash and z dash are the coordinates perpendicular to the motion of frame of reference. According to Lorentz transformation equations, these are not going to change, they will remain same in both the frame of reference. And for t dash we have equation t minus xv divided by c square divided by the whole factor. Now we should remember that these are equations for time instance and position. X dash is for position and not for displacement, and t is for time instance and not for time interval. So we are going to use these equations to obtain relation between velocity transformation equations. Now velocities in S frame of reference will be dx by dt, dy by dt and dz by dt. Whereas in S dash frame of reference it will be dx by dt dash, dy by dt dash and dz by dt dash. And we will obtain relations between these two equate these two velocities by using Lorentz transformation equations. Let us see how. Now what we are going to do is we are going to substitute this x by dx dash, x dash by dx dash, x by dx and t by dt. Same way we are going to do for t dash also, t by dt dash and t by dt, and x will be substituted by dx. Now we are not going to use differentiation. The reason for this is because when we are taking dt, what we mean is the time t tends to 0. The time t tends to 0. So we can use substitutions. The time interval is very infinitely small. So the space interval will be also infinitely small. So we can use these substitutions. Now what we need to do is we need to find dx dash by dt dash. This will be ux dash. Now remember, x is the component in the parallel direction of the motion of the frame of reference. That means this is the component in which both the train as well as the frame of reference is moving, and also the object is moving in this direction. So dx by dt dash will be dx minus v dt divided by root of 1 minus v square by c square, the whole divided by divided by dt minus dx into v and the whole factor, that is root of 1 minus v square by c square. Now we can cancel these denominators, and what we will get is dx minus v dt divided by dt minus dx into v. Now what we will do is we will divide this numerator as well as this denominator by dt. So u dash x, that is dx dash by dt dash, is equal to dx by dt minus v dt by dt, the whole divided by, we know it is ux into v. We have forgotten one component here. This here c square is there, divided by c square. So this is a transformation equation. It is giving us way to convert velocity from one frame of reference to another frame of reference. Now this is for parallel component of the velocity. This is for parallel component of the velocity. Now according to Lorentz transformation equations, let us try to also find out for the perpendicular components of velocity. Now try to remember that according to Galilean transformation, there is no change in the perpendicular components of velocity, but according to Lorentz transformation, maybe the perpendicular components will also change. We know that according to Lorentz transformation, y is equal to y dash, therefore dy dash will be equal to dy, and we have already obtained equation for dt dash. To obtain dy dash by dt dash, that is u dash y, we will have to divide dy by dt minus dxv divided by c square, the whole divided by this factor 1 minus v square by c square. Now this is in denominator, so it will go in numerator. we will have u dash y is equal to dy into this factor 1 minus v square by c square, the whole divided by dt minus dx v by c square. Now we will repeat the step that we have done in the previous equation. We will divide this numerator and denominator by dt, so that dy gets converted into uy. So we will get u dash y is equal to dy by dt into this factor 1 minus v square divided by c square, the whole divided by dt by dt minus dx by dt into v by c square. Now this dt and dt will cancel and we will get uy, that is dy by dt will be get converted into uy multiplied by this whole factor 1 minus v square divided by c square, the whole divided by 1 minus dx by dt is nothing but ux v divided by c square. This will be u dash y. Now this is an equation which relates perpendicular components of velocity. Now this is new for us that perpendicular components also change. Similarly, we can obtain for u dash z, which is also a perpendicular component. It will be u z multiplied by 1 minus v square by c square, the whole divided by 1 minus ux v divided by c square. Uy will get changed to uz. So this is for uz component of velocity. Now these are transformation equations. The inverse transformation equations can be easily obtained. That means uy we are trying to find, and uz u dash y will come on the other side. We will have the same factor 1 minus v square by c square, the whole divided by, the minus sign here will change to plus, minus sign here will change to plus, and we will have u dash x into v divided by c square. Same way u dash z is equal to not u dash z, we are looking for inverse transformation equations. That means we are looking for uz, and it is assumed that we know u dash z. So it will be u dash z into 1 minus v square by c square, the whole divided by, again the minus sign will change to plus, u dash x v divided by c square. The same thing will happen for parallel component of velocity also. That is, for obtaining the inverse transformation equations, u dash x, the sign will change, u dash x plus v divided by 1 plus u dash x v divided by c square. So this is inverse transformation equation for parallel components. So now let us look at how to verify this equation. How to verify this equation? Now to verify these equations, we will have to see whether the principles of theory of relativity are followed or not. According to the principle of theory of relativity, the velocity of light, that is c, is same in both frame of reference, in s dash frame of reference and in s dash frame of reference, and in s frame of reference the velocity is c. So now we will take one of the equations. We will take inverse transformation equation. that is ux is equal to u dash x plus v 1 plus u dash v into c. And what we will do is we will take u dash x is equal to c in one case, and in one case we will take v is equal to 0, because if the frame is not traveling, or if it is traveling with a low velocity, then the equation that we have obtained should convert or should reduce to Galilean transformation equation. Galilean transformation equation. This is because at low velocities we have found these Galilean transformation equations to be correct. So there are two ways to verify this equation. Now let us see the first case where we are saying that u dash x is equal to c. That means there is a light wave that is traveling in s dash frame of reference, and what we wish to obtain, or what should be obtained, is ux should also be equal to c. So let us replace these values. So we have ux is equal to ux plus v the whole divided by, sorry, u dash x plus v whole divided by 1 plus u dash x v by c square. Now we'll replace this u dash x by c plus v 1 plus c v divided by c square. One power will get cancelled. We will get c plus v, will multiply this to 1, will get c plus v in the denominator also, the whole divided by c. Now these two terms will cancel. This is denominator's denominator, it will go in numerator. So we will have ux is equal to c. So we have got what the result we wanted, or which is experimentally true. So velocity transformation equations are correct. Next we are going to see is all the equations in one page, that is summary of the velocity transformation equations. We have seen that transformation equations, the equations which help us convert u dash x to ux. Now let us see the summary of this session. In the summary we are going to see all the equations together. So first we will see what are velocity transformation equations. We know that for parallel component it is u dash x ux minus v divided by 1 minus ux v divided by c square, and for perpendicular component we have these equations. This is for transformation equations. Transformation equations, if you remember, we are trying to convert from s dash frame of reference, or we know the values in s frame of reference, these are known, and we are trying to find out in s dash frame of reference. Then these equations are called as transformation equations. Now when reverse case is there, that means this s dash frame of reference is known and we want to find in s frame of reference, then we have to use inverse transformation equations. Let us see what are inverse transformation equations. Now what you will observe is that in inverse transformation equations the minus sign is changed to plus, minus sign gets changed to plus, and in place of ux u dash x will come. In place of ux u dash x will come. Same is true for perpendicular component also. So we have seen what are velocity transformation equations, or also called as velocity addition equation or velocity addition theorem. Thank you to you all.